Morning, friends. A big congratulations to all the wonderful young leaders. Where are you guys sitting? Oh, fantastic. Liking both sides. Best of luck. Today is a big day for all of you. You'll be climbing on stage, getting this badge of honor, and I'll be there with you for a year. Am I right? Looks like a small goal to many people, but it's a big responsibility. And you have 12 months to live with that responsibility. And while you are holding that badge, there'll be lots of people watching you carefully. Not your marks, but your behavior. Right? So that's a responsibility that I'm sure you'll come up with very well. It's a fantastic time as young leaders to learn. And you learn how to be leaders in life forever. You learn how to hold yourself with honor and dignity. And you learn the leadership traits that are going to help you throughout your life. I'm sure your teachers and parents have been talking about this in different forms to you over a period of time. But then I've been given 10 minutes, I'm going to repeat it for you. But before I do that, let me tell you a small story. I was at BITS Pilani a couple of weeks ago at a startup pitching session. And a startup pitching session is like what you see on TV, Shark Tank. Of course, that's much more dynamic and curated. This was a raw startup pitching session. And in between all those PhDs and engineering grads, people who've been working for 10 years, 15 years, there was a team which was comprised of 9th standard students. 3 kids from Bangalore who took the initiative and created an app. What was the trigger for that? The trigger was for one of their parents who could not get help for doing up their house, a carpenter, electrician, plumber types. Have you used any of these apps over here? Right? So these kids took initiative and created this app on their own. They found the problem, they researched the problem, they learned what was necessary, they took decisions, and the parents had no clue, apart from just probably giving them their credit card for buying credits on and buying software online. On their own, these children showed the judgment to decide what was there, separating between a bad decision and a good decision. Because when they pitched, they were so polished, they were so good, I can't tell you. They came wearing their own branded t-shirts of their own startup very proudly. Who made that? Themselves, through parent involvement. And they had thought through some of the problems that I explained. Of course, we were a little kid gloves as well. But it was so heartening to see the future of India. These kids taking decisions on their own, taking initiative on their own, and creating a fully functional startup, which is going to help solve the problem of getting carpenters, electricians, and plumbers. And I'm sure Kamwali Bai as well. As the parents as well, so I know this point will be a hit with you as well. Getting a Kamwali Bai is probably one of the toughest challenges that all parents have. Can you imagine that? I'm not asking you to start up. I'm not asking you to leave your studies and start up. But I'm asking you to try and learn something from this small story, which is going to help you. If you start up and fail, wow, you've done something that 99% kids don't do. So that failure, which is FAIL, which is the first attempt in learning, they have attempted to do something which most children their age don't even dream of. And that is something that you can be. By taking these small risks and small failures, it will train you for life, because life is going to throw big failures at you. And you, being in a wonderful place with wonderful parents, will overcome all of them. Because those are not failures of you as an individual. Those are failures of those instances, those small tests that you may fail at. You should learn, recover, and work again. How many of you know how to ride a cycle? How many of you did not fall even once while riding cycle? Yeah. So the point is that whatever you do in life, this is your time for leadership. This year is the time for leadership. You learn, and you learn habits which stay with you for life. So let me focus on 3 habits that I thought these kids exhibited. And I can share them with you. You can decide, you can choose whether you want to follow through it with it. Make sense? So the first habit is initiative. These children showed initiative. They didn't wait for their parents to come and tell them solve this problem. They didn't wait for their teachers to come and tell them solve this problem. They felt deeply about a problem. and you decide to solve it. Maybe some of you feel deeply about a problem. Could be about the waste in your area, could be about garbage, which is the same as waste actually. So could be about something to do with environmental degradation, could be about electricity being spent, non-renewables not being there enough. So whatever problem you pick and choose, try and take initiative and learn what is needed to learn. Because you cannot wait in life for people to come and teach you, spoon feed you. It's not going to happen. You have to go out, step out, learn things on your own, and you have to decide which problem is worth solving for yourself in life. Because you cannot be solving problems that existed for us parents 30 years ago. Today's problems are different. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have reels. And you heard that from the parents that मैं तुम्हारी उम्र का था तब ये नहीं करता था types. But the problems today are different and problems will keep changing. So you have to take initiative, figure out what problem is worth solving. The second point is about judgment. You cannot wait for complete information to come to you to take decisions as far as startups is concerned, as far as business is concerned, as far as life is concerned. You have to take some judgment calls. You have to take decisions based on incomplete information. I'm not trying to say use the same logic to come to your exam and answer MCQs with the same logic that I told you to study. Then we go ahead and pick eeny, meeny, miny, go and check up and take options B or C. That's not what I'm asking. But in life generally, you do not have clear answers to what's going to happen. You do not have clear answers to how the problem will play out over a period of time. So imagine if the biggest car companies today had to wait for EVs to get popular and would then start doing R&D to manufacture EVs. Do you have to today? No. They took these decisions when things were not very clear. They took judgmental calls that it's likely that people will start moving toward renewable vehicles. It's likely that people are going to move towards renewable energy, or they're likely that people are going to shift the source of pollution to some other place, and therefore people will start going for EVs. And based on that judgment call, people took decisions, invested money so that you have cars today. Similarly, when you're moving ahead in life, you have to take some judgment calls without having complete information, either on the basis of your judgment or on the basis of judgment coming in from your parents or teachers. And this will be about careers, this will be about what to do in life and so on. Try and listen to that, but try and hone your judgment. You'll be wrong sometimes, but over a period of time, you'll be right. And that is what you're trying to build. As leaders, you require the judgment call because the team depends upon you on the other. ChatGPT may have all the answers for you. And I'm sure many of you use ChatGPT, right? Not for assignments, completely I would. I mean, to at least change the flowery language that comes out of it. But these judgment calls is what you have to take in life. That's always most stable. So develop this as leaders while you're here. And the third habit, I talk of initiative, I talk of judgment, right? And the third habit is the ability to execute or implement or build something. It's easy to talk. Most people talk. But what you have to keep on doing is build something rather than just planning and planning and planning. Have you seen people who talk too much but don't do it? How many of you try to make plans with your friends for going out in the evening? How many of those plans fructify? Which is more talk than action? You get the point. How many of you been in group projects where there's more talk than action? Right? So you as young leaders have to start taking initiative. You have to start taking decisions. And importantly, you have to start implementing those decisions. Make sense? If you don't, it will be like a daydream. Who thinks, analysis paralysis, does not take action, does absolutely nothing. And sorry, 5-star, but doing absolutely nothing is not always good idea. And if you do these, at the end of a year, people may not remember exactly what marks you got, but people will remember how you made them feel, how you behaved responsibly, and how you developed yourself as a leader. Because this is a fantastic training ground. This is the sandpit. You can fall, you can get hurt. In the real world, when you fall, it can get hurt, you can get hurt, but you have to jump up quickly. Because you are not people who will be living with failure. It's not failure that comes from you, it's a failure of that moment. Right? So go out and build something by taking decisions and taking initiatives. Be the leader that you're meant to be. Thank you so much to all the wonderful teachers and parents. Thank you, Principal Sir Hittelman, for calling me. I look forward to interacting with you.